Jogu and Kaliech set off from their school to the market. Jogu cycled at a speed of 18 kilometers per hour and took 40 minutes to reach the market. Kaliech walked and took 2 hours to cover the same distance. What was Kaliech's speed in kilometers per hour? So here, Jogu cycled at a speed of 18 kilometers per hour, whereby he took 40 minutes to reach the market. Then we have Kaliech, who walked 2 hours to cover the same distance. Then the questions ask us, what was Kaliech's speed in kilometers per hour? Therefore, we can proceed as follows. Solution. Let us start with Jogu. His speed was 18 kilometers per hour and he took 40 minutes to reach the market. So his speed was 18 kilometers per hour and then he took 40 minutes to reach the market. So we can get the distance from the school to the market, and for us to get the distance, we take speed times time. Our speed here is 18 kilometers per hour. Our time here is 40 minutes. So these 40 minutes, we can write it as 40 over 60, and then we multiply times 18. 18 is the speed, then times time. Therefore, we shall have 40 over 60 times 18. Let us simplify. This 0 will cancel this 0. By 2, 2. By 2, 3. By 3, 1. By 3, 6. 2 times 6, that will give us 12 kilometers. Therefore, the distance from school to the market is 12 kilometers. Then the question tells us Kaliech walked and took 2 hours to cover the same distance. What was Kaliech's speed in kilometers per hour? So to cover the same distance, these 12 kilometers, the distance from the school to the market, it took 2 hours. So for us to get his speed, we take speed is distance you divide by the time taken, and we know the distance is 12 kilometers. The time taken is 2 hours. Therefore 12 we divide by 2. We get his speed was 6 kilometers per hour. So our correct choice is A, 6 kilometers. A cyclist set out to travel from town N to town P. After traveling for 1 hour 30 minutes, he had a tire puncture which took him 30 minutes to repair. He then continued with the journey for 50 minutes. If his average speed for the whole journey was 18 kilometers per hour, how far is town P from town N? So first, let us analyze the question. So after traveling for 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, that is 1.5 hours. he had a tire puncture which took him 30 minutes to repair. So we have 30 minutes here. Minutes for repair. 30 minutes there for repair. Then we are told that he then continued with the journey for 50 minutes. 50 minutes. He continued his journey for 50 minutes. And then we are also told that if his average speed for the whole journey, the average speed was 18 kilometers per hour. Therefore, we have average speed. We are given 18 kilometers per hour. Then we are asked how far is town P from N. Therefore, we can now proceed as follows. Solution. One hour, 30 minutes. This is 1.5 an hour. Let us first look at the time which he took. Then plus these 30 minutes after he had a puncture. These 30 minutes he took to repair. 30 plus 30, that will give us 60. We know 1 hour has 60 minutes. Therefore, we already have an hour here. So here we write 0, 0, and then we take this 1 hour there. So here we'll have 2 hours. Then we add these 50 minutes, which we are told that he continued his journey. We have 0, 5, 2. 2 hours and 50 minutes. These 50 minutes, we can write them as 50 over 60. 0 will cancel 0. So we have 2 and 5 over 6 hours. 2 and 5 over 6 hours. We are told that the average speed is 18 kilometers per hour. And we are the time we are given is now 2 hours and 50 minutes, which is 2 and 5 over 6 hours. Therefore, for us to get now the distance equals to average speed times time. Our average speed in our case is 18 kilometers per hour. Our time is 2 and 5 over 6 hours. Therefore, now we multiply 18 times 2 and 5 over 6. We change this to improper fraction by multiplying 6 times 2, 12 plus 5, we get 17 over 6. Now we have 18 times 17 over 6. Then we simplify by 6, 1, by 6, 3. 3 times 17 is 51. So the distance from P to N is 51 kilometers, which is D. Therefore, D is our correct choice, 51 kilometers. Kagendo meant a 150-kilometer journey. For the first 90 kilometers, she used a bus traveling at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour, and for the rest of the journey, she took a matatu traveling at an average speed of 90 kilometers per hour. How long did the journey take? How long did the journey take? So first, let us analyze the question. The distance is 150 kilometers. Then we are told that for the first 90 kilometers, she used a bus traveling at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour for the first 90 kilometers. So for the 90 kilometers, or the distance which he covered, which is 90 kilometers, then the speed was 60 kilometers per hour. Then we are told that, and for the rest of the journey, she took a matatu traveling at an average speed of 90 kilometers per hour. So the rest of the journey, for us to get the rest of the journey, we have 150, we subtract 90, we get 60 kilometers. That was the rest of the journey. Therefore, we can proceed as follows. Solution. Therefore, we have for the first 90 kilometers, the distance, divided by the speed for us to get the time. The speed was 60 kilometers per hour. Divided by 60, 0 will cancel 0. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we have 3 over 2 hours. 3 over 2 hours. 3 over 2 hours. Let us multiply times 60. By 2, 1. By 2, 30. 3 times 30 to give us 90 minutes. So those 3 over 2 hours is equivalent to 90 minutes. And then we know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So here we have 90 minus 60, which is 30. So here we have 1 hour 30 minutes in this 90. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we have 1 hour and 30 minutes here. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then we move on to the other part of the question. The rest of the journey. She took a matatu traveling at an average speed of 90 kilometers per hour. The remaining distance was 60. Therefore, we divide 60 divided by 90. 60 divided by 90. 0 will cancel 0. By 3, 2. By 3, 3. So we have 2 over 3 hours. These 2 over 3 hours of 60. By 3, 1. By 3, 20. 2 times 20, that is 40. So for the rest of the journey, it took 40 minutes. So the time which it took, now we add, can have hours and minutes. Here we have 1 hour 30 minutes. Then we have these 40 minutes. 30 plus 40, that is 70. 70 subtract 60. 1 hour are 60 minutes, you get 10. Therefore here we'll write 10 minutes. We carry that 1 hour here, we have 2. So it took 2 hours and 10 minutes. Therefore, our correct choice will be choice C. 2 hours, 10 minutes. A cyclist left home at 11:15 a.m. for a market 50 kilometers away. He cycled at an average speed of 15 kilometers per hour. At what time did he reach the market? So let us analyze the question. The cyclist left home at 11:15 a.m. The market was 50 kilometers away. The average speed was 15 kilometers per hour. Solution. For us to get time, we divide distance divided by speed. So for us to get the time which was taken to reach the market, we take the distance, which is 50 kilometers, divided by speed, 15 kilometers per hour, by 5, 3, by 5, 10. 10 divided by 3 times 3 because of 9, 1. So we have 3 and a third hours. Let us look at 1 over 3 hours is how many minutes? 1 over 3 times 60. 3 divided by 3, 1. 3 divided by 60 is 20. So he took 3 hours 20 minutes. 3 hours 20 minutes. Therefore, for us to get the time he reached the market, we take these 3 hours 20 minutes, we add to 11:15 a.m. Therefore, we can proceed as follows. 11:15, 3 hours and 20 minutes. We get 14:35 hours. 14:35 hours in a 12-hour clock. This is 2:35 p.m. Therefore, our correct choice is choice D, 2:35 p.m. A bus left town Y for town Z and distance of 80 kilometers at 8:30 a.m. For the first 30 minutes, it traveled at 50 kilometers per hour. It traveled the remaining distance at 66 kilometers per hour. At what time did the bus reach town Z? Let us analyze the question first. From town Y to Z, the distance 80 kilometers. The time it left Y is 8:30 a.m. For the first 30 minutes, it traveled at 50 kilometers per hour, average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Then the remaining distance, 66 kilometers per hour. That was the average speed which the bus traveled for the remaining speed. Therefore, we proceed as follows. Solution. For the first 30 minutes, it traveled at 50 kilometers per hour. And for us to get the distance, we take speed, we multiply times time. Our speed here is 50 kilometers per hour. Our time here is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, we can write it as 30 minutes. This is half an hour. Therefore, we have our speed 50 multiplied by half an hour by 2, 1 by 2, 25. So the distance the bus and covered is 25 kilometers. Then the remaining distance, we take 80, we subtract 25. So the remaining distance was 55 kilometers. Then the average speed was 66 kilometers per hour. Therefore, for us to get the time which it took, we get distance, we divide by speed. Therefore, we get 55 divided by 66. Then we can simplify by 11, 5 by 11, 6. Therefore, we have 5 over 6 hours. 5 over 6 hours. 5 over 6 hours, let us look how many minutes. 5 over 6 times 60. By 6, 1, by 6, 10. 5 times 10, that is 50 minutes. So these are 50 minutes. So the question asks us, at what time did the bus reach town Z? To get the time the bus reached town Z, we get 8:30. We add 30 minutes and we add this 50 minutes. Therefore, we can proceed as follows. 8:30 add 30 minutes. Here we get 60, we write 0, 0, we carry 1 here, here we shall have 9. Then we add these 50 minutes. 0, 5, 9. So it arrived at 9:50 a.m. 9:50 a.m. which is choice C. Rono can run at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. He started the 800 meters race at 4 p.m. At what time did he finish the race? Let us analyze the question first. The average speed was 24 kilometers per hour. The race here is 800 meters race and he started at 4 p.m. So the question asks us, at what time did he finish the race? Therefore, we can proceed as follows. Solution. This 800 meters, let us change it into kilometers for us now to get the time which he took when he was running at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. We cannot work with meters and kilometers at the same time. Therefore, that is why we have to convert these 800 meters into kilometers so that we can work with the same units. 1,000 meters is equivalent to 1 kilometer. What about this 800 meters? So we have 800 divided by 1,000. These two zeros will cancel these two zeros there. Then we have 0.8 kilometers. Therefore, we get 0.8 kilometers divided by 24. We want to get the time. We can take this as distance and this one is the speed, So let us simplify. By 8, 0.1. By 8, 3. Therefore, we have 0.1 over 3. Therefore, 0.1 over 3, let us convert it into minutes and see how many minutes are there. 0.1 over 3 times 60. By 3, 1. By 3, 20. We count 1 decimal, 1. So these are 2 minutes. Therefore, the time we started this race is 4 p.m. Add these 2 minutes. We get 204. Therefore, we have our correct answer is C, which is 4:02 p.m. During our competition, Kamau took 1 hour to cycle from town E to town F at an average speed of 18 kilometers per hour. He cycled back to town E at an average speed of 9 kilometers per hour. What was his average speed in kilometers per hour for the round trip? Solution. From E to F. Let us have E and F there. Average speed is 18 kilometers per hour. Then it took 1 hour to cycle from E to F. For us to get the distance, you multiply speed times time. Speed 18 times time 1 hour, which is 18 kilometers. 18 kilometers is the distance from E to F. Then he went back. So the total distance he covered is 18 times 2, 36 kilometers. Therefore, for us to get the time which he took as he was going back, now we already know the distance, which is 18 kilometers. Then the speed when he was going back was 9 kilometers. So we take 18 distance, we divide by speed to get the time taken to go back. Divide by 9. By 9, 1. By 9, 2. 2 hours. Therefore, the question asks us, what was his average speed in kilometers per hour for the round trip? So from E to F, 18. From F to E, 18. 18 times 2, that is that 6. So we'll get that 6. Divided by the time taken, these 2 hours plus that 1 hour is 3 hours. Therefore, we shall have 36 divided by 3. By 3, 1. By 3, 12. 12 kilometers per hour. Therefore, our correct choice is A. Opondo walked from his home to the market at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour and took 2 hours 24 minutes. He returned home at an average speed of 4.5 kilometers per hour. How long did it take to travel to the market and back? Solution. from home to the market, he went at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour, and then it took 2 hours and 24 minutes. Therefore, these 24 minutes, let us write it into hours by taking 24 over 60. 2 hours 24 minutes. 24 minutes. 24 minutes into hours 24 over 60. So we can simplify by 2 12, by 2 30, by 2 15, by 2 6, by 3 2, by 3 5. So we have 2 over 5 hours. So we can have now 2 and 2 over 5 hours, the time it took, moving at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Therefore, when we have this speed or average speed and then we have the time, we can get the distance by multiplying distance equals speed times time. The speed is 5 kilometers per hour. The time is 2 and 2 over 5 hours. Therefore, we can multiply 5 times 2 and 2 over 5. Therefore, we shall have 5 times, this is 12 over 5, by 5 1, by 5 1. So the distance is 12 kilometers. Therefore, from there we can proceed from there, having known that the distance is 12 kilometers from home to the market. Then he returned home at an average speed of 4.5 kilometers per hour. 4.5 kilometers per hour. So we have the distance, which is 12. Then we have the speed, which is 4.5 kilometers per hour. For us to get the time, we get the distance, we divide by speed. Therefore, we shall have distance, which is 12 kilometers, we divide it by speed, which is 4.5 kilometers per hour. We want to get time. Therefore, let us first change this 4.5 an hour into improper fraction. This is 9 over 2. Therefore, we have 12 over 9 over 2. We have 12 divided by 9 over 2. 12. Finally, we have 12 times the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 9 over 2 is 2 over 9. Therefore, here we have 2 over 9. Then we can now simplify by 3, by 3, 4. We shall have now 8 over 3 hours. 8 over 3 hours. 8 divided by 3. This is 2 because of 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. Therefore, we have 2 and 2/3 hours. 2/3 hours, let's see, it's how many minutes? Times 60. By 3, 1. By 3, 20. These are 40. 2 times 20, that is 40. So we have 2 hours and 40 minutes. As he was going now back. Therefore, the question asks us, how long did it take to travel to the market and back? Therefore, at this point, now we had the first 2 hours and 24 minutes. Then we add 2 hours and 40 minutes. Therefore, we proceed as follows. 2 hours and 40 minutes, add 2 hours and 24 minutes. Therefore, we get 40 plus 24, we get 64. You subtract 60. So here you are left with 4 minutes. Then you carry this 1 hour here. Therefore, here you will have 1 plus these 2. Then plus these 2, whereby we shall get 5. So it took 5 hours, 4 minutes. Therefore, our correct choice will be choice D. 5 hours and 4 minutes. Two drivers, Kamau and Odogo, drove from Nairobi to Maseno, a distance of 480 kilometers. They started the journey at 7 a.m. Kamau drove at a constant and reached Maseno at 1 p.m. Odogo drove at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. How far from Maseno was Odogo when Kamau arrived? First, let us analyze the question. We have 2 drivers, one is Kamau and the other one is Odogo. And they are traveling from Nairobi to Maseno. Therefore, we can have here Nairobi, Maseno. The distance is 480 kilometers. Then both of them started the journey at 7 a.m. Then Kamau drove at a constant speed and reached Maseno at 1 p.m. First, let us get the average speed. Average speed of Kamau. Speed is distance over time taken. Therefore, from 1 p.m. up to 7 a.m., how many hours do we have there? So convert this 1 p.m. into 24-hour clock. It will be 1 plus 12. Add 12 hours. So this is 1300 hours. 1300 hours, subtract 7 hours. We have 0, 0. 13 minus 7 is 6. 6 hours. So Kamau average speed is 480 divided by 6. By 6, 1. By 6, 80. Therefore, the average speed is 80 kilometers per hour. Then we go to Odogo drove at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. So the time he took, we take Odogo, we take 480 divided by 60. This is distance, this is average speed or speed. We want to get the time. Therefore 0 will cancel 0, by 6 1, by 6 8. So Odogo took 8 hours. Now the question asks us how far from Maseno was Odogo when Kamau arrived. Therefore, Kamau arrived after traveling for 6 hours. Odogo arrived after traveling for 8 hours. So at 6 hours, Odogo and traveled, or he had covered 60 times 6. So Odogo had covered 60, that was its average speed, times 6. He had covered 360 kilometers at 6 hours. The time this Kamau took to arrive. Kamau took 6 hours to arrive. Then at these 6 hours, Odogo had covered 360 kilometers. Remember, his average speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Then you are asked how far from Maseno. Then we take 480. The distance from Nairobi to Maseno is 480 minus 360. How far from Maseno? 0. 8 minus 6 to 4 minus 3 is 1. 120 kilometers. So Odogo was 120 kilometers far away from Maseno. Therefore, our correct choice is choice A. Ahmed left home at 9:20 a.m. for Nairobi, a distance of 168 kilometers. After driving for 1 hour, he rested for 40 minutes. He then continued with his journey and reached Nairobi 12 noon. What was his average speed for the journey in kilometers per hour? Let us first look at the question. The time he left home is 9:20 a.m. The distance from home to Nairobi is 168 kilometers. Then we are told that after driving for 1 hour, he rested for 40 minutes. And then he continued with the journey and he reached Nairobi 12 noon. Then we are told to give the average speed for the journey in kilometers per hour. Solution. So 12 noon. Subtract the time he left home, 9:20 a.m. So we get 2 hours and 40 minutes. In these 2 hours and 40 minutes, remember, he rested for 40 minutes. Therefore, 2 hours, 40 minutes, subtract these 40 minutes he rested, because here he was not moving. Therefore, we get 2 hours. The distance we are given as 168 kilometers. For us to get the speed, we take distance, we divide by time taken over time. The distance 168 divided by time 2 hours by 2 1 by 2 84. Therefore, our correct choice is choice D, which is 84 kilometers per hour. That is. Muthoni left home at 7 a.m. for the market, a distance of 7.2 kilometers. She reached the market at 8:20 a.m. What was her average speed in meters per second? Let us analyze the question first. The time Muthoni left home was 7 a.m. The distance to the market is 7.2 kilometers. Then she reached the market at 8:20 a.m. Then we are asked to give the average speed in meters per second. Therefore, we can proceed as follows from there. First, let us get the time which Muthoni took by subtracting 8:20 a.m. minus 7 a.m. Solution. Subtract 7 a.m. We get 1 hour and 20 minutes. Therefore, these 20 minutes, 20 over 60. Let's see, we can say they are how many hours? 0 will come on 0, by 2, 1, by 2, 3. So we have 1 and 1 over 3 hours. That was the time which Muthoni took. Then, the distance was 7.2 kilometers. We are required to give our answer in meters per second. Convert this 7.2 kilometers into meters. Therefore, we shall have 1000 meters equals to 1 kilometer. What about 7.2 kilometers? Therefore, we are going to cross multiply 1000 times 7.2 over 1, whereby we shall have 720. Then we count 1 decimal. So we have 7,200 meters. Then we have now the distance, which is 7,200 meters, the time, which is 1 1/3 hours. Therefore, for us to get the speed, we take the distance over the time taken. Remember, our distance here is 7,200 meters. Our time is 1 and a third hours, but we are told that we give our answer in meters per second. Therefore, we convert this 1 and a third hours into meters per second, bearing in our mind that 1 hour is equivalent to 3,600 seconds. So convert this 1 and a third hour into seconds. We can now change this one to a improper fraction. 3 times 1, 4 over 3. We have 4 over 3 hours times 3,600. Let us simplify by 3, 1 by 3, 1,200. 1,200 multiplied by 4, we get 4,800 seconds. Therefore, having our distance is 7,200 divided by 4,800 seconds. These 2 zeros will cancel. Then we can simplify by 2, 36, by 2, 24. By 3, 12. By 3, 8. By 2, 6. By 2, 4. By 2, 3. By 2, 2. We have 3 over 2. Then this 3 over 2, 2 times 1, because of 2, 1. So we have 1 and 1 over 2 meters per second. Therefore, our correct answer is choice B, 1.5 meters per second. Ahmed traveled by bus from 12 noon to 3 p.m. for 180 kilometers. He then traveled for 1 hour in a car whose average speed was 20 kilometers per hour more than the bus. What was his average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey? Solution. First, let us get the average speed for the bus. We are told that the bus traveled for 180 kilometers. Then it traveled from 12 noon to 3 p.m. So let us find the time between 12 noon and 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Write it into 24-hour clock. Add 12 hours. We get 15:00 hours. Then subtract 12 noon. Five minus 2 is 3. So we have 3 hours. The distance is 180 kilometers. Then time is 3 hours. So for us to get the average speed, we take distance, which is 180 in our case here, divided by time taken, which is 3. Then we simplify by 3, 180 divided by 3, 60. So the average speed for the bus is 60 kilometers per hour. For bus. Then we continue. Then we are told that he then traveled for 1 hour in a car whose average speed was 20 kilometers per hour more than the bus. The average speed for the bus is 60 kilometers per hour. The average speed for the car is 20 kilometers more. So we get 60, we add 20. So we have average speed for the car 60 plus 20. So the average speed for the car is 80 kilometers per hour. Then the question asks us to get the average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. So distance for the whole journey is 180 plus 80, because we are told that here he traveled for 1 hour and here the average speed was 80. So we have distance here is 180 plus 80. Therefore the distance is 260 kilometers. Then time taken is 3 hours plus this 1 hour, which will give us 4 hours. Time taken 3 hours plus this 1 hour, 4 hours. Therefore average speed for the whole journey is 260 divided by 4. Distance divided by time taken. By 4, 1. By 4, 65. The average speed is 65 kilometers per hour. Our correct choice is C. A motorist left home at 10 a.m. and traveled to Nairobi a distance of 225 kilometers. He traveled at an average speed of 90 kilometers per hour. At what time did he reach Nairobi? So we are given distance, we are given the speed. For us to get time, now we proceed as follows. Solution: time equals distance divided by speed. The distance 225 kilometers. The speed 90. Then we can simplify. We can simplify here by 5. 90 divided by 5, 18. 225 divided by 5, 45. Then 45 divided by 9, 5. 18 divided by 9, 2. Therefore we have 5/2 hours. 5/2 hours is equivalent to 5/2 times 60 by 2, 1 by 2, 30. 5 times 30, that is 150 minutes. 150 minutes and 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. So these are 2 hours 30 minutes. Therefore, the question tells us that the motorist left home at 10 a.m. Then we are asked at what time did he reach Nairobi. So we take this time he left home, 10 a.m. Then we add 2 hours and 30 minutes. We get 12:30 p.m. Therefore, our correct choice is A. A car traveling from town A to town B at an average speed of 80 km per hour took 54 minutes. Another car took 40 minutes to travel the same distance. What was the difference in their speeds in kilometers per hour? We proceed as follows. Solution. Distance, we get it by speed times time, multiplying speed times time. Therefore, let us get the distance. The distance for this car which traveled from town A to town B with an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour, that was the speed, then the time is 54 minutes. This we can write it as 54 over 60. Times 54, we get 4320. 4320 divided by 60 by 61 by 60, 72. So the distance is 72 kilometers. The distance is 72 kilometers. Therefore, knowing the distance is 72 kilometers, now we proceed to the second part of the question, which says another car took 40 minutes to travel the same distance. Another car took 40 minutes to travel this distance, which is 72 kilometers. Therefore, we shall have the distance 72 kilometers time 40 minutes. 40 minutes, we can write this as 40 over 60. And then we can first simplify to see how many hours are here. 0 will cancel 0. By 2, 2 by 2, 3. So this is 2 over 3 hours. Since we have distance and we have time as 2 over 3, now we can get the speed. For us to get the speed, we take distance over time. Our distance in our case is 72 divided by the time 2 over 3 hours. Therefore, we shall have 72 times the reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2. And then we simplify by 2, 1, 72 divided by 2, 36. Then 36 multiplied by 3 is 108 kilometers per hour. That was the average speed for the car. For us to get now the difference, we take 108 minus 80. We get 28 kilometers per hour. That was the difference in their speeds, 28. Therefore, our correct choice is B. A motorist covers 3 kilometers in every 1.3/4 minutes. How many kilometers will he have covered from 8:19 a.m. to 9:08 a.m.? We are told that the motorist covers 3 kilometers in every 1.3/4 minutes. Then we are asked how many kilometers will the motorist cover from 8:19 a.m. to 9:08 a.m. Therefore, we can proceed as follows. Solution. Let us first look at how many minutes are between 8:19 a.m. and 9:08 a.m. So we have 49 minutes. Then the question tells us that in every 1.3/4 minutes, the motorist covers 3 kilometers. So here we look at how many 1.3/4 minutes are in these 49 minutes. Therefore, we divide 49 divided by 1.3/4 minutes. We have 49 divided by 7/4. Then we have 49 times the reciprocal of this 7/4 is 4/7. Then simplify by 7 1. 49 divided by 7 is 7. Times 4, that is 28. So we have 28 minutes. Then we multiply this 28, multiply by 3. We get 24, 4 carry 2, 6, 7, 8. 84 kilometers. Therefore, our correct choice is B. A motorist left town A at 8:15 a.m. for town B, a distance of 330 kilometers. question first. From town A to B, the distance 330 kilometers. The time he left A is 8:15 a.m. Then he stopped for 20 minutes get the speed, we take distance, we divide by the time. We can now proceed. 18,000 divided by 3,300. 0 will cancel with this 0. Then we divide 180 divided by 33. So that 3 times 5 will give us 165. kilometers per hour. Therefore, our correct choice is D. A motorist started on a journey of 250 kilometers at 6:30 a.m. traveling at an average speed of 100 kilometers per hour. After traveling for 150 kilometers, the car got a puncture and took him 30 minutes to change the wheel. He then continued with the rest of the journey at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. At what time did he reach his destination? Solution. The journey of 250 kilometers. Then he left at 6:30 a.m. Therefore, we are also told that the average speed was 100 kilometers per hour. Then after traveling for 150 kilometers. So first, we look at the time which it took here to travel this 150 kilometers. Then time is distance divided by speed. Distance 150 divided by speed 100. 0 will cancel 0. Divide here by 5. 15 divided by 5, 3. 10 divided by 5, 2. 3 over 2 hours. 3 over 2 hours, we can write it as 3 over 2 of 60. By 2, 1. 60 divided by 2, 30. 3 times 30, 90 minutes. So 3 over 2 hours is equivalent to 90 minutes. 90 minutes, we know 1 hour are 60 minutes. This is 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then from there, we can proceed. The car got a puncture and took him 30 minutes to change the wheel. Then he continued with the rest of the journey at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. Therefore, we have 30 minutes to change the wheel. 30 minutes for changing the wheel. Then we also have the rest of the journey. The rest of the journey we get it by taking 250, subtract 150. Which this is the distance which he had first covered. 0, 5 minus 5, 0, 2 minus 1, 1. 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers, this is the rest of the journey, divided by the average speed was 80 kilometers per hour. 0 will cancel 0. Then we can further simplify by 2, 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 over 4 hours. Let's convert them into minutes by multiply by 60. 4 divided by 4, 1. 4 divided by 60 is 15. 5 times 15 is 75. These are 75 minutes. And these are 1 hour and 15 minutes. Therefore, the question asks us, at what time did he reach his destination? So we take this time which he left, 6:30 a.m. Then we add these hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. We add 30 minutes and we add 1 hour and 15 minutes. Therefore, we have 6:30, add 1 hour and 30 minutes. We get 30 plus 30, that is 60. 1 hour and 60 minutes. Therefore, we write 0, 0. Then take this hour here to this side. 6 plus 1, 7, plus this one, 8. Therefore, here we have 8. Then we add these 30 minutes. Add these 30 minutes for changing the wheel. We shall have 30, 0, plus we have 0, 3, 8. 8:30 a.m. Then add 1 hour and 15 minutes. 8:30, 1 hour and 15 minutes. 30 plus 15 is 45. 8 plus 1 is 9. So he arrived at 9:45 a.m. Therefore, our correct choice is choice B. In a relay race, Obogo ran 600 meters, which is 2/5 of the race, in 3 minutes. Charlo took 5 minutes to complete the rest of the race. What was the average speed for the whole race in meters per second? Solution: 600 meters. We are told that this is 2/5 of the race. The rest of the race is 3/5. The whole race is 5/5. Therefore, to get the rest of the race, we take 5/5 minus 2/5, which is 3/5. Therefore, 3/5, this is the rest of the race. Five over 5. This is the total race. Therefore, we can proceed from there. If 600 meters is 2/5, what about 3/5? We cross multiply. We have 600 multiplied by 3/5 divided by 2/5. Simplify. 5 divided by 5, 1. 5 divided by 600, 120. 120 times 3, we get 360. 360 divided by 2/5. 360. We change this division sign into multiplication sign. Then we get the reciprocal of 2/5, which will be 5/2. We simplify. 2 divided by 2, 1. 316 divided by 2 is 180. 180 multiplied by 5 is 900 meters. Therefore, 3/5 was 900 meters. Therefore, the total race is 900, which is 3/5 plus 600, which was 2/5. So the total race was 1500 meters. Then these now will be the distance. 1500 meters. Then time, we take these 3 minutes plus 5, we get 8. 3 plus 5, we get 8 minutes. Then we are told to give the average speed in meters per second. We change these minutes into seconds. Change these 8 minutes into second by multiplying by 60. So we have 8 times 60. We get 480 seconds. Distance is 1500 divided by time, 480. Simplify. 0 will cancel 0. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 150 divided by 2 is 75. Then we use the long division. 75 divided by 24. This is the long division method. 24 to 75 goes here 3 times, because 24 times 3 will give you 72. 24 times 3, 72. Subtract 5 minus 2, 3. 7 minus 7 is 0. So we have 3 and 3/24 meters per second. Can you simplify further? By 3, 1, by 3, 8. Therefore we have 3 and 1/8 meters per second. Therefore our correct choice is choice B. A motorist driving at 60 kilometers per hour was expected to arrive on time in town A 200 kilometers away. After driving for 1 hour, the car got a puncture and took 20 minutes to change the wheel. At what speed in kilometers per hour did he drive after repairing the puncture if he aimed to arrive at the expected time? Solution. The motorist here was driving at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Then the distance is 200 kilometers. Then Then we are told that after driving for 1 hour, the car got a puncture and took 20 minutes to change the wheel. Then we are supposed to get the speed in kilometers per hour which the driver drove after repairing the puncture. We proceed as follows. First, let us look at how many hours or the time it was supposed to take to cover these 200 kilometers with this speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Therefore, we shall have 200 divided by 60. Zero will cancel with this 0. Then we can divide 6 divided by 2, 3. 10, 20 divided by 2, it is 10. We have 10 over 3. 10 over 3, this is 3 and 1 over 3 hours. 1 over 3 hours, this is 1 over 3, convert it into minutes, multiply by 60. By 3, 1, by 3, 20. This is 3 hours, 20 minutes. So, it was supposed to take 3 hours, 20 minutes. Then, we are told that after driving for 1 hour, the car got a puncture and took 20 minutes to change the wheel. Then, after driving for this 1 hour, and in 1 hour, he went at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. So, the remaining distance is 200 minus 60. The remaining distance is 140 kilometers. Then we have these 3 hours and 20 minutes which he was supposed to take. Subtract this 1 hour which he had driven. 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. You are left with 2 hours and 20 minutes. Subtract 20 minutes for repair. 0, 0, 2. We get 2 hours. The distance is 140. The time is 2 hours. Therefore, the speed is 140 divided by 2. By 2, 140 divided by 2 is 70. 70 kilometers per hour. Therefore, our correct choice is C. Adhiambo left home and cycled for 1.5 hours at an average speed of 8 kilometers per hour. She rested for 30 minutes and continued with the journey for 2 hours at an average speed of 7.5 kilometers per hour. What was the average speed for the whole journey? Solution. Here, we are given the average speed as 8 kilometers per hour. The time, 1.5 hours. Therefore, let us get the distance, whereby distance is speed times time. The speed is 8 times time 1 and half an hour. Therefore, we have 8 times, change this into improper fraction, it will be 3/2. We can simplify by 2, 1, 8 divided by 2, 4. Therefore, our distance is 12 kilometers. Then, we are told that he rested for 30 minutes. Rest 30 minutes. Then we are told that and continued with the journey for 2 hours at an average speed of 7.5 kilometers per hour. For us to get the distance, we take speed times time. We have 7.5 times 2 hours. We change this into improper fraction. This is 14 plus 1, 15. Therefore, we have 15/2 times 2. Simplify 2 divided by 2, 1, 2 divided by 2, 1. 15 kilometers. Therefore, we are asked to give the average speed for the whole journey. The whole journey, which includes 12 kilometers plus these 15 kilometers. Therefore, we proceed. 12 plus 15. We get 27 kilometers. Then, the average speed for the whole journey, speed is distance over time taken. We have the distance. Then, let us get the time which was taken. We have 1.5 hour, that is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then we have plus 2 hours. We get 0 plus 0 is 0, 3 plus 0 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 hours and 30 minutes. 3 hours and 30 minutes, this is 3.5 an hour. Therefore, we take, this is the time. Speed is distance you divide by time. 27 divided by 3.5. Change this into improper fraction. This is a mixed number. Change it into improper fraction. We will have 7/2. So we have 27 divided by 7/2. Therefore, we have 27. Change this division sign to multiplication sign. Then get the reciprocal of 7/2, which is 2/7. Then we can multiply now. 27 times 2 is 54/7. 54 divided by 7. We use the long division method. 7. Which number do we multiply by 7 to give us 54, or a number near 54? It is 7. It will give you 7 times 7, 49. 54 minus 49 is 5. Therefore, we have 7 and 5 over 7 kilometers per hour. Therefore, our correct choice is choice B. A car traveled to 16 kilometers at an average speed of 48 kilometers per hour. On the return journey, the average speed increased to 72 kilometers per hour. Calculate the average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. First, this is the distance, 216 kilometers. This is the average speed, which is 48 kilometers per hour. Then we are also told that on the return journey, the average speed increased to 72 kilometers per hour. Then we are required to give the average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. Solution. Let us look at the time taken. The distance is 216. The average speed is 48. Time taken is distance divided by speed. We have 216 divided by 48. 48 divided by 48, 1. 216 divided by 48, 4.5. So time taken is 4.5 hours, which is 4 hours 30 minutes. Then we are told that on the return journey, the average speed increased to 72 kilometers per hour. The time taken on the return journey is 216 divided by 72. Simplify. By 72, 1. By 72, 3. Time taken for the return journey is 3 hours. Therefore, we are asked to give the average speed for the whole journey. One way is 216. Then he went back. That is 216 times 2. We get 432. This will be our distance. Then time taken, we take the first 4 hours, 30 minutes. We add 3 hours. We get, here we have 30. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 hours, 30 minutes. Therefore, speed is distance over time taken. Our distance here is 432. Our time taken is 7 hours 30 minutes, which is 7.5 hours. Therefore, we proceed 432 divided by, change this into improper fraction, it will be 15 over 2. 432 change the sign to multiplication, get the reciprocal of 15 over 2, which will be 2 over 15. Then from there we can simplify. 432 times 2, we get 864. 864 over 15. By 15, 1. By 15, 57.6. Therefore, the average speed is 57.6 kilometers per hour. Hence, our correct choice is A. Kibet left school by bicycle at 8 a.m. and took 1.5 hours to reach the market 20 kilometers away. Akinyi left the school for the market by car at 8:30 a.m. The average speed of the car was 80 kilometers per hour. What was the difference between their arrival times? Solution. Let us analyze the question first. Here, Kibet left at 8 a.m. and took 1.5 hours to reach the market 20 kilometers away. So, Kibet arrived at the market at 8 a.m. Then we add 1.5 hours. Therefore, we have 8 a.m. add 1.5 an hour, which is 1 hour 30 minutes. Zero plus 3 is 3. 8 plus 1 is 9. So Kibet arrived the market at 9:30. Then we are told that Akinyi left the school for the market by car at 8:30 a.m. and the average speed was 80 kilometers per hour. The distance is 20 kilometers. Therefore, we can get time. So here we have Akinyi. Time is given by distance divided by speed. Our distance here is 20. Our speed here is 80. Then simplify. 0 will cancel 0. 2 divided by 2, 1. 2 divided by 8, 4. We have 1/4 hours. 1/4 hours, convert it into minutes by multiply by 60. Since 1 hour are 60 minutes. By 4, 1. By 4, 15. 15 minutes. Therefore, we are told that he left at 8:30. 8:30. Then add 15 minutes. 0 plus 5 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. 8 plus 0 is 8. So he arrived at 8:45. Then the question asks us, what was the difference between their arrival times? Arrival times, he bet 9:30 a.m. minus arrival time for Akinyi 8:45. Therefore, we have 9:30 minus 8:45. Here, we cannot subtract 45 from 30. Borrow 1 hour from here. Here it will be 60. So we have 60, we add 30, we get 90. 90 subtract 45, we get 45. Here we are borrowed, so here we are left with 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. 45 minutes. Therefore, our correct choice is B. Sentua left home at 6 a.m. for school, which is 8 kilometers away. He cycled at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. After cycling for 4 kilometers, the bicycle earned a puncture which took him 15 minutes to repair. He continued cycling at the same speed. At what time did he arrive at school? Solution. We have first to get the time it took while cycling. We have distance is 8 kilometers. This is the distance. The speed is 6 kilometers per hour. Time, we get it by dividing distance. We divide it by speed. Therefore, we shall have distance here, which is 8 kilometers. Speed, here we have 6 kilometers per hour. So time is distance over speed. Distance 8 over speed 6. By 2, 4. By 2, 3. 4 over 3 hours. Convert this into minutes. 1 hour are 60 minutes. So we have 4 over 3 times 60. By 3, 1. By 3, 20. 4 times 20 is 80. 80 minutes. 1 hour has 60 minutes. Therefore, here we have 1 hour 20 minutes. We get these 20 minutes by taking 80 minus 60. We get 20. So we have 1 hour and 20 minutes. In these 80 minutes, we have 1 hour and 20 minutes. Then, the question tells us that after cycling for 4 kilometers, the bicycle ended a puncture which took him 15 minutes to repair. Add these 15 minutes for repair. 1 hour 20 minutes, 15 minutes. We get 0 plus 5, 5, 2 plus 1, 3. Then 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 hour and 35 minutes. Then we are asked at what time did he arrive school. Therefore, we shall have 6 a.m. the time he left home plus 1 hour 35 minutes. Therefore, we have 0 plus 5, 0 plus 3, 3, 6 plus 1, 7, 7:35 a.m. Therefore, our correct choice is choice D. Courier takes 2 hours 15 minutes to cycle from home to the market at an average speed of 8 kilometers per hour. He cycles from the market back home at an average speed of 12 kilometers per hour. How much time does courier take to cycle from home to the market and back? Solution. Here, in this question, we are given the average speed 8 kilometers per hour, the time 2 hours and 15 minutes. Therefore, we can get the distance. Distance is speed times time. Speed 8 kilometers per hour times time 2 hours and 15 minutes. 15 over 60. By 15, 1. By 15, 4. Therefore, we have 8 times 2 and 1 over 4 hours. Convert this into improper fraction. You are going to have 4 times 2, 8 plus this 1, 9. Therefore, we are going to have 8 times 9 over 4. Simplify by 4, 1, by 4, 2. 2 times 9, 18 kilometers. Therefore, the distance from home to the market is 18 kilometers. Then we are told that he cycles from market back home at an average speed of 12 kilometers per hour. Therefore, for us to get the time, we take distance, we divide by speed. Therefore, we shall have 18 divided by 12. We can simplify by 2, 9, by 2, 6, by 3, 3, by 3, 2. 3 over 2 hours. Change these to minutes by multiplying by 60. 1 hour as 60 minutes. By 2, 1, by 2, 30. 3 times 30, 90. 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. Therefore, in 90 minutes we have 1 hour, 30 minutes. Therefore, the time taken is these 2 hours and 15 minutes plus 1 hour and 30 minutes. Five, 4, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 hours and 45 minutes. 45 minutes, convert them into hours. 45 over 60. We can simplify can you say by 5, 9, by 5, 12, by 3, 3, by 3, 4. Therefore, we have 3 and 3 over 4 hours. Therefore, our correct choice is A. A train timetable for station J to O is given below. How long does the train take from station L to N? Station, arrival, time, this is departure, time. Then you are asked how long does the train take from station L to N. Our station L is here. Arrival time, departure time, N is here, arrival time. For us to get the time taken, we take the arrival time at station N, we subtract the departure time. Solution. Arrival time at N is 18:30. Departure time at L is 13:10 hours. Therefore, 30 minus 10 is 20. 8 minus 3 is 5. Here we are left with 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 hours, 20 minutes. Therefore, our correct choice is D. Rono cycled from town R at an average speed of 72 kilometers per hour and took 3 hours 30 minutes to reach town S. Kefa cycled the same distance and took 4 hours. At what average speed was Kefa cycling? We have the average speed 72 kilometers per hour. We are also given time 3 hours and 30 minutes. Therefore, we can get the distance from R to S. Distance is speed times time. Solution. Our speed is 72 kilometers per hour. Our time is 3 hours and 30 minutes. We can also write it as 3.5 hours. Therefore, we shall have 72 times 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. 7 over 2. Then we can simplify by 2, 1. 72 divided by 2, 36. 36 times 7, 252. Therefore, the distance is 252 kilometers. Then we are told that Kefa cycled the same distance. This distance, 252 kilometers, and took 4 hours. Then what was his average speed? Speed is distance divided by time taken. Therefore, here we have 252 time taken is 4 hours. 4 divided by 4, 1. 252 divided by 4 is 63. Therefore, Kefa average speed was 63 kilometers per hour. Our correct answer is C.